Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. And this one is a humdinger. Hopefully you have all watched the Lady C, the latest Lady C video on YouTube, where she tells of a conversation that she had with a royal who shall remain nameless. She was giving no hints as to who that royal might be, but it was about the fact that Meghan Markle was incensed at the fact that Prince Philip told Prince Harry that one steps out with actresses, one does not marry them. And apparently the Queen backed Prince Philip in this assessment of the situation. And of course, Prince Philip was given the leadership role in the family, the Windsor family. The Queen, of course, the leader of the country, the realm. Prince Philip, the one who made the decisions on family matters, and that was his decision. The Queen backed him. And according to this royal source, Meghan Markle was so incensed, and Prince Harry, but this is all about Meghan and Prince Philip. Meghan Markle was so incensed that the Oprah interview was timed to cause maximum pain to Prince Philip, knowing that he was on his deathbed, knowing that he was defenseless, knowing that he could not fight back. Out came the Oprah interview, and to cause maximum harm to him and to the royal family. I'm surprised they didn't name him as the racist in that, even though they stepped back from that very carefully for legal reasons, apparently, according to Lady C. And the non-attendance at the recent memorial for Prince Philip was purely out of spite again. And according to this royal source, Meghan Markle is a very, very vengeful person, a deeply disturbing and frightening person. So I am going to be doing a relationship spread between Prince Philip and Meghan Markle, how their relationship started, how it developed, and how it ended, what the situation was like at the very end. I'm using just the normal Rider-Waite. I don't think we need any fancy tarot decks. I need some more shuffling. And I'm just going to be looking at it. There are many, many things that this video on YouTube raised, many things that can be looked at, things that we have already looked at, but not so directly, not so poisonous, the poison, the damage, the intention is so clearly articulated in this video. And I am, of course, just repeating what was on that video, and the reading that I am doing is, of course, just a tarot reading for entertainment purposes. One more shuffle. Sorry, very irritating, but we need to get the right energy into these cards. And now we have them, Prince Philip and Meghan Markle. Yes, we have them. The energy, and really very upsetting, very, very upsetting, mind-boggling that someone can be so vengeful, so spiteful, do so much damage. And so this is the past energy, Prince Philip and Meghan Markle. Then we get how it developed, Prince Philip at the top, the mutual energy between them, the Meghan Markle energy below, 2 cards for each, which will colour each other when I read them, and then the final, the outcome. And let's just shuffle these things along a little bit. There we go. I'll explain as I go along, and see how their relationship started, see how it developed, see how it ended with that Oprah interview, and what the feeling was between them at the time when Prince Philip passed away. Of course, it has been rumoured that Prince Harry is going to have a real go at Prince Philip in his book, and I have read on all of this quite often. And what comes out is the underlying energy of this reading is the Four of Swords in reverse. That is somebody on their deathbed. And when it is in the upright, it is a calm and serene energy, a meditative, prayerful energy, taking time out to heal, to think, to recover from the 3 swords that have pierced that person's heart. Their own sword has been put away. They have been defeated in some kind of battle, but they are resting, thinking, healing. It's in reverse, which tells me very obviously that Prince Philip was not able to rest in his last days. He was under attack. He was in pain. And not only physical pain, but mental anguish from this relationship, from what this vengeful, quoting now, disturbing and frightening person did to him and to his grandson and to the rest of the royal family. So that is the underlying energy, followed swiftly by the death card. Interesting. That's the two cards that are sitting at the bottom of the deck. The dog is adding his voice to the reading now. Prince Philip on the left. How did he take to Meghan Markle when they first met? The Star in reverse. Didn't like her, didn't trust her, saw that she was after her own fame and her own glory. The Star is about hope, about being vulnerable, about following your soul purpose, being divinely guided, blessed. It's in reverse. He saw through her, the showgirl, the actress. He saw through her, saw she was a falling star, a fading star, that she would cause damage to the royal family's own star. He saw it all. The major arcana in the reverse. It's a very unpleasant card when it's in the reverse. I'm getting quite emotional as I see that card because he saw exactly. It's interesting that the female figure in the star is naked. And there is always talk, there are allegations and rumours and allegations that the royal family had to go in, hire people to clean up Meghan Markle's trail on social media and make her respectable. Lots of talk of films, shall we just say, that are out and about that people have in their possession that could ruin Meghan Markle if they were released. That there was a huge clean-up operation that the royals were involved in, clean her reputation up so that she could wear that white dress and that enormous veil as she walked down the aisle towards Prince Harry, dressed in black. And so that's his view of it. How did she feel about him? The very start of the relationship. King of Wands, didn't like him. King of Wands in reverse, didn't like him at all. Saw him as being arrogant, overbearing, angry. The King of Wands in reverse is a very angry energy, fiery energy. I'm sure sparks flew when they met. I can believe that there were verbal spats between the two of them, or at least, if not directly, with Meghan Markle and Prince Philip. I nearly said King Philip. Then relayed via Harry. A lot of conflict and a lot of anger. So they did not like each other. They did not take to each other, and off to a very bad start. Very clearly, in my opinion, according to this tarot reading. Disclaimer in the box below. How did the relationship progress? How did it unfold? Prince Philip first, and we get the Seven of Wands and the Strength card. And Seven of Wands is, of course, having to hold a defensive position, maintain a defensive line. There is Harry and Meghan. The Strength card is one of the classic Harry and Meghan cards. The Virgo and the Leo, that's who they are astrologically. The female figure in this card, in her white dress, is taming the lion, is taming the royal family, is trying to control the royal family. She always maintained that she was trying to modernize the royal family, take over the royal family, really, reshape it in her own image. And he had to push back very firmly against this aggression coming from the Leo. And so very visibly he felt that the royal family was under attack from her, and he had to defend the royal family. But of course, aging, ill, terminally ill, retiring, that he actually retired from public life. It tells me this, that he took himself off to his high ground, to his high tower, took himself out of the fray, because he himself didn't really have the physical strength that he needed to combat this, and it wasn't his battle really. He tried his best to protect the royal family, but I think he felt really quite vulnerable. Of course, anything that he said, the racism card would be played by her, and she would attack the royal family, as she did in the Oprah interview, and made Harry do it too, and accused the royal family of racism. So he really, despite being a hero in his life, Very, very brave man, a very courageous man, a very honourable man. Really had great difficulty defending himself and the royal family against this very vicious attack. Let's say how it went for her. Meghan Markle, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Devil. Very upset by this. The Knight of Cups is, of course, an emotional connection, wooing somebody. She may have tried to woo him in some way. She may even have tried to come on to him in some way because it's sitting next to the Devil. But failed because the Knight of Cups is in reverse. And when the Knight of Cups is in reverse, you take your cup away. Cups in reverse give that unhinged energy, that a little bit cray-cray, go a little bit over the top, emotional, out of control, emotional, and it's sitting next to the Devil. So it provoked her into a very toxic response, an incredibly toxic response. You see, he's got the Strengths card. And even though I have read it as representing Harry and Meghan, it is also that he had to call on all his resources in order to withstand the attack. Very obviously, it was so obvious that I didn't really discuss it there. But looking at this Devil card sitting down here in Meghan Markle, the deeply disturbing and frightening person, there is the deeply disturbing and frightening person. There is the Devil card, the toxic situation, the toxic relationship next to the Knight of Cups in reverse. That's an emotionally disturbed person, a dangerous person, a person who will lie, a person who will use untruths, a person who is possibly addicted, a person who is toxic, a person who is dangerous, a person who is tied to you because it's the Devil. You can see how these two naked man and woman here are chained together. They are chained together by their lies, by their duplicity, by their addictions, by their very, very harmful behavior. So it shows how they were in the situation, but what was between them? What was the energy between them? Wow. The Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles. This is Prince Harry. Prince Harry is the energy between them. There's the King of Pentacles. He's on the Meghan Markle side of things. Is the King of Pentacles, the earth sign man, wanting to be more important than he was at the time in the royal family. The spare, the person probably treated as an infant because of his alleged developmental issues, that he's not the sharpest knife in the cutlery drawer. And there's the Three of Swords, which is the heartache and the betrayal and the pain. We talked about the Three of Swords already. It came out in the underlying energy in the Four of Swords. There are the Three Swords. I said that I felt that energy of the Three of Swords there in that card. The heartache, the wounding, the betrayal. So not only between them personally, the sense of betrayal, the sense of hurt that goes both ways. Prince Philip felt very hurt, very betrayed by what happened. Subsequently, she did too. Meghan, with the Knight of Cups in reverse, she went a little bit cray-cray. He withdrew. He retired from the situation. She got her Oprah interview lined up with the Devil there. He had to use all his resources to really survive this, but really to withstand the attacks coming from down here. But who is between them? Prince Harry. And the heartache can also be Prince Harry. Heartache over what happened to Prince Harry. From Prince Philip's point of view, the loss of this grandson. The energy for me is stronger towards Prince Philip. That I'm reading here in between them. Meghan went cray-cray, in my opinion, tarot reading, and Prince Philip was heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken by this development in his last years of life, and it definitely seemed to push him over the edge, because we have this Four of Swords and the Death card in reverse. The Four of Swords are followed by the Death card. Wasn't able to rest, wasn't able to die peacefully, go gently into that good night. He was not able to go gently because of this fallout with Meghan Markle. Perhaps not the most tactful thing he ever said, but certainly he wasn't allowed to forget it, and it certainly soured their relationship from the off. and seemed to have been the spark that lit that fire that is still burning, still raging, still allegedly, according to Lady C, behind their non-attendance at the memorial, behind the Oprah interview, and we all suspect behind the book that is going to come out, and a lot of people say are going to allege a lot of nasty behavior by Prince Philip, possibly even physical violence and things like that may be alleged. So we'll see. When that dreaded book comes, I'm hoping beyond hope that it gets shut up somehow. But anyway, let's see how it ended for them. Prince Philip first, how did it end? And Meghan Markle, how did it end? Well, his chariots were stopped. The chariot is the card of controlling a situation, dynamically controlling two opposing forces, using those opposing energies to drive forward in a very powerful and potent way. His chariot was stopped. A chariot in reverse with all these cards around it is almost a hearse, you can say. But yeah, he was stopped in his tracks by this. And she has gone on to manifest things. The Magician is interesting because it's a Gemini card, and Prince Philip, of course, was a Gemini. But she is the one that ended with the I am the one, I am the puppet master now, I am the one who is going to manifest what I want to manifest. I am now in charge of the situation, and I am the one who is going to appear and use my PR and my bag of tricks. The Magician has his bag of tricks, hers in this case, it's Meghan, and I am going to use all my tricks, everything that I have, my emotions, my words, my media connections, my money, and I am going to ruin you. I stopped you in your tracks, you horrible old man, you nasty old man, and now I am the one. It's Major Arcana. She won in her mind, and according to Lady C, she really does think that she's incredibly bright, more brilliant than anyone else, that she's more popular than anyone else in the royal family. She really does believe all of this. Anyone that tells her differently gets silenced. She believes that she's superior to everyone. She believes that the royals are all jealous of her star quality. That is literally what the royal, who is nameless, told Lady C, that the royals are all jealous of her star quality, and that she would continue on her path, her charmed life. She would manifest her new life, her Megxit life, her post-Megxit life, and he has been stopped. This is the energy between them. This is not her future and how it has unfolded, because we all know what has happened since. It has not gone the way the Magician hoped it was going to go. And even though he is out of the picture now, his legacy really still goes on in some ways, and her spite, her vengeance is very visible in all of these events to commemorate him, to do with this chariot which has been stopped, the hearse, that Land Rover or whatever it was it a Jeep? Oh, sorry, get the wrong car. I do apologize, but whatever it was that was there at the funeral, that stopped when that clock stopped, and she thought she was going to dominate. Hasn't quite turned out that way for her, but very, very painful with that Three of Swords, the heart of the reading between them, and a lot of bitterness in that card, a lot of resentment, a lot of hurt going both ways. So there is the reading, not the reading that I intended to do today, but the reading that spoke to me to be done today. Meghan Markle and Prince Philip, whoever thought that those two would appear in a sentence together, let alone on a balcony together, let alone in a family photo together, but they're there. Very interesting, and maybe one day we'll look at why they have been connected like this karmically. I'll add it to the list. And if I don't get to it, I do apologize. The list just grows and grows. But anyway, there it is, your Sunday reading. I might find the energy for another reading. I'll see how I feel. But if I don't, thank you as ever for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.